Now joined by Aransas Pass head football coach Richard Davis, heading into your second season. Coach, you got in here a little late last year, so to speak, so not your really full off-season program. Did you change anything going into this off-season for your team?
Yeah, so we, obviously you go through the first year. I've been around my dad when he's done it a bunch. You go through that first year and you're kind of trying to figure out who's who fits where. A lot of kids played different positions under the previous coach that played for us. We saw a lot of growth in our kids' effort and intensity and ability to complete games. One of the things we really struggled with early on was we would play a good half of football, and then we would back it up with a bad half. Well, you do that against the teams we play against, you're going to have a tough go. So we got into the offseason, a big focus of ours was just overall toughness. We had to get them in better shape. We had to get the kids to play as a team more. There was a lot of individualism that went on. And the big thing that I think helps these kids is consistency. When we can get in here and offer them consistent coaching, consistent hours, we were in the weight room a bunch, as Jerry talked about, just trying to build that overall confidence in themselves. Because the thing is, we're at a point now at Aransas Pass where for the first time in a long time, our roster looks like a lot of 11 and 12s, meaning juniors and seniors. Forever here, it's been freshmen, sophomores, juniors. There's no seniors. Well, we've got a great senior leadership class that's coming up and a good class of juniors that are going to make the difference. So we've really just tried to focus them in on having a belief in yourself that you are a playoff team. And in my opinion, we are a playoff team this year, so we're looking forward to it.
And so that leads to the next question. Your expectations for this year are a playoff team, minimum district championship?
Yeah, I mean, you're always pushed for that district championship. For us, it's taking one thing at a time. We've got a good 5 games of pre-district where we're really going to be challenged with teams like Poe, San Antonio Cole. So there's a lot of different speed, size, things we're trying to give them early so that when we get to district, which is pretty tough, obviously we gained Sinton, but in the same sentence we lost, Edna, we lost Palacios. We have a smaller district now, which means that there's less teams fighting for those 4 spots. So our goal at the end of the day is to get into one of those 4 spots, whether that's the 1 or the 4, and then, kind of let the cards fall where they will be. And I think when it comes down to it, it's going to be a good race for those last few playoff spots, and I see us being there.
There you go. You heard it right there. Richard Davis, head coach, Aransas Pass. Best of luck this season, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.